a warrior, a survivor, and it's all because of God. She's a teacher and a healer, and it's all because of God. She's sassy, full of fire, with a heart that's made of gold. She will help you build your body, and it's so good for your soul.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Life Unleashed with TLC, your host Traci, Lynn, Cowan. This is going to be a off the hook, off the cuff episode of Life Unleashed with TLC. I'm giving you a trigger warning now. All right, so I have with me two of my great friends, and I'm going to introduce Nicole first. Nicole, welcome to the show. This is going to be spicy, sexy, fun, flirty, and a little wild. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here, and it's such a great privilege to be with you both.
Well, we've been talking about doing this for a while, and we have the man of the hour, the man himself, Mr. James, and we have many nicknames, a plethora of nicknames for him. So welcome to the show.
Some so well, right?
Yeah,
some
you
good,
know, most of them are good. So
right.
I'm excited. You know, you thought I was all talk, no action. So when I said, let's talk about getting you getting you on the show, this is the day. So
well,
welcome.
Glad you did. Thank you very much. And
I'm
good
excited.
to see you again, Nicole.
Thank you.
So, okay, today we are going to be talking about life. We're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about sex. Isn't that the way Matt Rife says it? Sex. And we're not going to get banned.
You say F-U-C-K? Is that how he says? Fook?
Fook, yeah. And we're going to be talking about like all those things that you want to know, but nobody's maybe talking about it. So that's what I thought would be fun today. So I don't know what you guys want to know, but I've been thinking about this a lot. So here we are. We've got all of my friends, and we have some pretty wild conversations. So I want to talk about what it's like being well, let's just clarify. We're all single, right?
I am.
Yes.
There's a great question out there. Is there anybody...
Define single.
Yeah, right? Is there anybody out there that thinks that they're in a relationship with you? Isn't that a friggin' amazing question?
Yes. I'm a no on that one.
Okay, James?
Well, yeah. You
He's like, oh.
I decided that the person I was dating, he and I should just be friends because I think that's better for us both at this point.
Right.
But we're still going to like have dinner and talk to each other and
have sex.
Unfortunately,
is that what dinner means?
Can you just do sex and then dinner?
No, because I don't think it's going where I want it to go, and I feel like I'd rather have someone who's more
committed,
interested in the whole of me, other than just dinner and sex.
Just the
good. I like that.
More of the whole of you, or just not the whole of you.
Okay, and James, notice how he deflected that question. So,
I did.
Is there anyone that thinks that they're in a relationship with you right now?
This is a great question.
Deflection.
So
Let's go.
I literally was in a relationship 4 years ago with a girl out of Nashville.
4 years ago?
And we broke up, got back together 2 weeks ago for one night.
Oh.
So actually 2 nights, sorry. But it was like one of these things. She was in a relationship. I was dating over the last couple of years. And then she told me some stories about this guy that was very controlling, very hurtful to her. And it was kind of consoling, and it led into a few things. And so I don't know if we just find that as a relationship again at this point, but.
Okay, well, I guess that's something you can determine. So, okay, well, let's kind of bounce off that then. So why do people go back? Why do you go back ever after a relationship, or do you go back for anything like sex or like fun or a relationship again?
So I feel like that's definitely my nature. So if I want to be not doing the same thing, expecting a different result,
definition
I have
of insanity.
Put some some barriers around the situation. Like if I'm going to go out, I'm going to say goodnight and go home. Like you can't have them over because that's just craziness.
Right.
Do you feel like you'll go back into that relationship where it's very...
It won't be a relationship. It'll just be
physical.
kicking boots, which I don't feel is getting me what I want. So yeah, I'm not going to
Okay.
engage in that type of same and get the same. So yeah.
So what would be a reason that you would go back other than just having some fun for 2 nights? Obviously, there's also some energy in a 4-year relationship. So I'm not just talking about this last situation, but if you were to go back into a relationship or go back and have sex with somebody, would it be just for that or just to have fun? Or would you be able to jump back into a relationship after it's been over?
So I did that twice. So let's say this last one's twice. The first one was my second wife.
Okay.
We were together.
How many do you have? Valid question,
only
right?
2, but
okay, cool.
2 exes. So I ended up dating this girl for 5 years. So let me back up a little bit. I was literally in a relationship for 14 years in a very, very religious environment.
Okay.
Ended up knowing that there was something more out there in the world, and ended up going to Vegas with 6 of my buddies.
And that's how it all starts, my friends.
Right. We actually went to Lake Mead. They were all very religious too. And we went to this little bar called the Lagoon Saloon when the Mirage Hotel was really popular. That was way back.
That was 75 years ago, in case no one has heard of that.
Very true, by the way. And I saw this, we were drinking our Pepsis and Dr. Peppers or whatever it was. I had never ordered 1 sip of alcohol.
Because clearly, if you're dating me, you can't have more than 2 drinks, as we now know.
As the person that you were dating made sure. And
side note.
I ended up, we were sitting there at the table, and this group of girls came in that were on a bachelorette party. And I said to the bartender, hey, man, I don't want to buy that girl a drink, but I have no idea how to do it. So he goes over and he comes back and he goes, she'll take a whiskey sour. I said, okay. So got a whiskey sour. We're together 17 years after that.
Oh, wow. So what do you think's a little tidbit of lesson out of that? I mean, just go for it. Like, if you're feeling something.
So I'm very much of a personality person.
Mm-hmm.
Big on personality. Personality is probably more so than anything else. But then again, you have to have the looks, right? You have to have somebody that you're going to wake up next to tomorrow and enjoy being with them.
Right.
But she had that personality. She was like that. So we ended up divorcing after 10 years. 2 years after that, I ran into her down at the White House in Laguna Beach. That was when back.
I was like, you're at the White House?
75 years ago again.
And, that was 84 years ago, just so you can backtrack quickly, not do the math.
And we got to, I hadn't seen her for 2 years. We got back together again, and I lived with her for 7 years.
Wow.
And that's where so I was with her 10 years prior, ex for 2 years, and then back together with her for 7 years.
So you clearly feel like you can go back. Do you think or do you believe, in your opinion, if something, terrible hasn't happened, like a partner cheating, if that's important to you, obviously your partner being faithful, or somebody lying to you or stealing from you, or something significant happens? I mean, do you think like there was still some energy there, obviously, some good relationship there?
A good point. She was, to my knowledge, never disrespectful to me by having an affair.
Okay, so she was faithful from what you knew.
I know,
mm-hmm.
and never stole from me,
mm-hmm.
but we just couldn't get along.
So what are some of the deal breakers for both of you? So what would be the top 3 things, like deal breakers, not going back, I'm out, I'm not, like, this is non-negotiable? Nicole, what would be top 3 in specific order? So the number 1, no, I'm done, I'm out. So
I really like honesty. Like I'm actually turned on by it. Like if you're having a conversation with someone and they, not to geek out on you, but you are so honest, and your mantra is be honest, be truthful. And
Right.
I love hanging out with you because
Thank you.
it's not going to be a bunch of bullshit.
What about me?
I know you a little bit. I've only been around you 3 times, I think.
Especially the time that you got naked and went swimming in the pool.
Right, exactly.
I
At
don't
least
know.
I was
That
honest
was
then.
my favorite experience. But
Okay, yeah, you qualify. Next, after honesty, I would say I'm an athlete. I was a D1 athlete. I'm super into athleticism, and so that would be a deal breaker if I didn't have that in a partner. Like,
You mean somebody to share that with?
yeah,
share that with,
somebody
and they
that's
have to bring their
fit.
A game. What is your A
Where
game?
do they need to bring the A game? Like
Abs.
in everything, like
No,
during.
abs. Like
Yeah?
A
Okay.
stands for abs. Just kidding.
A for abs. A for abs. I don't know. I don't know if you meant
for
like
butt.
on the
came up
swimming
with
class
that.
or.
No, I like a physically fit person because that
Right.
to me gets me excited.
Gets the people going.
Yeah, it gets
Love
me
it.
excited. Gets the
Right.
Yeah,
it gets it
Flowing.
going.
the juices flowing. Okay, so
Flowing. Seriously. We got like peanut gallery over here. You have them
he
flowing.
wants to be involved.
I know. You will be. Hold on. Your turn is next. So think about all your top 3 things. So you have one more, just like that would be an absolute deal breaker. Like a smoker, like somebody that
That's a good point.
snored. I mean,
No, I'm super turned on by intelligence.
so it's not a dumb guy.
I love having deep conversations,
Right.
and like I love to laugh. So to me, intelligence involves humor. Humor is big
For sure.
and for men have to make their women laugh and be like super good at that.
I totally agree. I love that.
That's awesome.
And I'm sorry if I offend some of the blondes out there. Just so I'm just, it's like a figure of speech, but just after meeting the dumb blonde guy that I met, like very pretty, very nice to look at. And I was like, yes, I want to play with that. I mean, I want to date him, but I was like, oh my gosh, like you have to be smart. Like you have to be able to keep and hold a conversation with me where you're inquiring, ask me, how's your podcast going? How's your business going? How are you? Like, tell me about your day. Not how are you? How was your day? But tell me what happened in your day today. Like what stimulated you in what way? What did you learn? And what are we doing together to like make things greater? And what are you doing in life to like stimulate me in that way as well? And that's huge.
Asking, what are you excited about? And then
Right.
helping you. Like one thing I can say with the guy I dated last, he was super excited when I got my $8 million listing. He's like, go get him to sign.
Yes.
And like, how's it going? Like he was my track teammate when I was on the track team. So like he was my teammate. So that was just natural for him to cheer me on. But I need someone to have the smarts to know that this is what you should.
What happened in that relationship?
It's just a distance.
James is a natural podcast host.
Yeah.
I am just recognizing this quality here, and I am actually going to move the seat, and I'm going over there, and he's coming
Sorry
here.
about that.
No, please do not be. I love this. So please proceed to answer the question. That's a great question, James.
Well,
Good job.
VP of podcasting here.
Soon to be CEO.
Just,
Right.
There was too much distance. He lives in a different town than I do, and it's not fun when when you're all excited about someone. You got that momentum going. Again, back to the athlete.
Right.
It's like I'm into momentum and traction, and it's like you're just like sitting here going, "All right, what's do?" Like. There's no momentum happening for us, so it's just got to be done.
Okay, so that's another part because long distance relationships, we can tap into that. So let's go over to James, and I'm going to finish my other 2 non-negotiable deal breakers. So 3 top deal breakers, non-negotiables. If this person does this, has this, doesn't do this, what are they?
Messy.
Is that number 1?
Well, okay, you're going category.
Yeah,
I
let's
would
go
do-
top to bottom.
I would
No
do
pun intended.
Smoking. First.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
no, for sure.
Number 2, unorganized and messy.
in her life, like in general? So like her home, her house, her
I mean,
life.
literally, if you're messy in your house, you're probably messy in your life.
Yeah,
right?
100%. That is very true. There's actually a study in the military. It says people that don't make their bed in the morning, people that have messy homes or their bedroom or their state of their car is actually a direct link to what they're like in real life.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So number 2. So 3?
So 3 would be boring. Boring in every aspect of life.
What do you define as boring, James?
Having to ask too many questions to get an answer out of her, or to carry on a conversation.
Okay.
Boring related to bedroom activities. Let's go there.
Okay. Hold the door.
Well, that would be number 3.
Okay. So, obviously I'm going to jump on that one.
There would it be if they were bad in bed, it wouldn't matter if they smoked or really messy anyway. So it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's a deal breaker.
So you're rearranging your order now?
Yeah, I think
it's
like in a circle at this point. Where
it's like looping, I think. Yeah. So
that would be it. That probably.
Okay.
The 3.
Okay. Is there a length of time where you feel like you should be having?
Date.
Oh, shoot. Damn. Well, no wonder I'm not doing well, successful in a relationship because I'm out. Okay. Do you think women should have sex with you on the first date in order to maintain a successful potential relationship?
Wow. You categorize it like that. Let's see. I think you should have sex on the first date if you want to, and you're into each other. I don't think there's a 3-date rule. I don't think there's a 5-date rule. I don't think there's a 20-date rule. I think if you're into it, both of my wives, now you sit there and go, well, you're divorced, but yes, first wife was 14. I slept with her on the first date.
Okay.
Second wife, 17, first date.
Okay. So you don't have that thought in your head. You're like, slept with a woman on the first date. You're not thinking she's a hoe and she's sleeping with everybody else? You've never had that thought one time?
Not with a person that so I've slept with women on the first date.
So that means yes.
No, that's not true at all. I've slept with women on the first date before that I knew I would never be with. But the 2 women that I slept with, actually 3 women that I slept with on the first date, I knew that I would be with them in a relationship.
Right. You know what's interesting about that is when I meet somebody that's special to me and I know I'm going to be in a relationship, I know right away.
Yes, I agree.
Do you have that as well, Nicole? Where you meet them and you're like, this is going to be a really significant relationship in my life. And people are like, how do you know? And I'm like, I just know because the connection's there, the chemistry's there, the vibe is there. They're not boring. Where we have that banter, our love languages are the same, and we have the same morals and values, and it's very ethical, and we're fun and we're playful and we're flirty, and it's just like, and that's where you can kind of drop your guard and go, okay, you know what? Yeah, I probably will have sex on the first date.
Right.
Because you kind of know that this is going to be something. And mind you, I haven't felt that way in a very long time. But, and you just know.
Well,
and
we
you're
haven't
like,
been out on a date yet.
I know. I've been holding out. It's been like, how long since I met you? Don't tell anyone where we met, though.
That was in Chicago, wasn't it?
Chicago, yeah. Exactly. Chicago. Yeah. We're not going to tell anybody where we met just to keep the suspense because you're going to be like, how'd she meet him? Especially my exes. They're going to be like, how'd she meet him? Is she sleeping with him?
Yeah.
Or your future exes.
Yeah. James may be my future ex. I don't know.
You, you might be. Yes, I know, right? That'll be awesome.
So I have 2 more deal breakers for me. So basically, lying is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand a liar. I am very brutally honest, as you both probably know. I know Nicole knows that because she's known me for a while, and just I rub people the wrong way because I am very honest, and I know that it's not for everybody being like that. However, at least you know what you're getting. Yep. So I expect the same in return. So what I give to you, I expect in return. And so that's very kind of militant for a lot of people. And that's, I guess, more my masculine side of me. So yes. Oh, and we got a question from the crowd, folks. A hand is raised. Let's go.
So how quickly into a relation or into a conversation with somebody can you tell that they're not being true and real?
Usually right away. So, and to add to that is not only do I sometimes not go with the red flags, I'm like, oh, maybe it's a green flag. I'm like, no, this is okay. He's super hot, or maybe he's charming, or maybe I'm just like really attracted to him. So I'm not listening to those red flags. So, but I know right away. Okay. So I believe in the industries that I'm in, especially working in executive protection. I have a very good read of people. So I try once in a while. So I usually know. Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, I let things slide, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, I think that's human, right?
What about a guy that's a bragger that comes off right away?
I do not like that.
Drive. He's got a fancy Rolex.
No, believe it or not, a lot of people are like, oh, I probably have to date you if I have abs or I'm super in shape. It's actually not that way. I like somebody that's in shape, but I rather have somebody that's doesn't have an ego, is not boastful, and they're not acting like arrogant and, cocky. I like a man that's actually fun and vibrant and energetic like me, I feel. Well, hopefully I am. And so that we can...
so vibrant.
She's so vibrant. Tell me what I want to hear. I have no idea why I'm singing that.
She's
the thing is like... I don't like that at all. I'd rather have a man that's like classy and distinguished and leave it to the imagination where, they're kind of that quiet, mysterious, but strong and strength.
Dear Lord, I'm a little turned on right now.
I know. I feel kind of hot in here too. I'm like, does anyone know of anyone like that out there? I'm just kidding. This is not a dating app, clearly. Okay. So yeah, who's on a dating app right now? Oh, you are? Which one are you on?
Bumble and Hinge.
Oh, thank God you didn't say Grindr. I would have freaked out.
I was just about to say that, but I didn't know if this is conducive to that crowd.
I'm just kidding. Okay, Bumble and Hinge.
That's how I met Robert. No, I'm just kidding.
That's how we all met Robert. I'm not kidding. Okay, Nicole, are you on dating apps?
I'm not.
Have you been on one?
I have.
Okay. Did you like it or no?
It's so time consuming. It's like distracting.
It's a full-time job.
It's so questionable. Like, is this a real person? So I usually if I do go on it, I'll go on it super quick and come off, because if I'm talking to one or two people, that's good enough.
It's like a hit and run. You're like in and out. Nobody gets hurt.
I'm a hit and run. But then I do a lot of socializing on Instagram messaging and like some of those people.
She's like a little DM creeper. I'm kidding.
What about Facebook?
Are you?
Too.
I like Instagram. I like my story best.
Facebook's kind of for older people, right?
Oh, wow.
No offense. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I feel like I can talk to a lot of people on my instant messages.
That would be...
I don't do any of that. Maybe that's my problem. MySpace.
I'll show you all the people I talk to.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So what's your return on investment? I mean, clearly you got to have an ROI here.
If you go on a dating app and you're on it for a week and they decide that, or if you're out and about and you meet people and you go on their Instagram, you can talk to them instant message.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you ever date anybody off of that?
Yeah, like I'll go play tennis with I mean, that's how I met the guy I was dating last time I was dating, because there was instant messages.
Or in pickleball.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I said that quietly. Okay, tell us about Hinge and Bumble. Can we see some of your prospects?
My phone's way over there.
Oh, geez. Well, we'll get your phone. I want to see what like the pool of dating looks like, and what you're attracted to.
Well, it's all over the board.
Okay.
I mean, blondes, brunettes, reds. It doesn't matter.
Okay. It doesn't matter. But he's like, I'm not picky. I'll take what I can get. Just kidding.
Thank you.
I'll take 5, please. 5 for 400.
Alex Trebek.
That's a good one.
Thank you. I am funny. I've been told.
She actually just patted herself on the back.
Right. Now we're all old. Shoot. I was trying to sound young.
I don't have the criteria. When you're swiping left or right, it's all
sliding, swiping, all the same thing.
It's all about the
doing the splits to the left.
It's all about the look at that
Nicole's fave. Okay.
Right? It's all about the look at that point. Now, if they put in there that they can do the splits, then I'm all over that.
I think it's about the banter, and it's so hard to get traction on an app Like
Right.
you don't even know if those are their real pictures. It's so hard.
What did we talk about?
Yeah, if you do meet them in person, it's usually a disappointment for the both parties most of the time. It's
Okay,
usually-
so how many days or how many times texting and sending messages to people on Hinge or Bumble, or we'll just say dating apps so we don't, promote these people. But so how many times talking to them before you actually meet in person? Do you remember?
I usually want to get their phone number and find out if they're real because I put them through Spokio or
don't tell them your secret.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you
Don't tell them your secret. So do a little background check.
I do a search because then I know they say that there's a bunch of fake profiles and it's like
there's bots on there.
It takes so long to figure out who's who and what's what, so that I just act super social and let's get coffee and then I don't know and then I go off the app in a week. So anyone who I've done groundwork with, they're gone.
Groundwork.
They're in jail.
I can't.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, I have a good 5 or 6 friends I still talk to. I don't know if I'm definitely not dating them, but I have met and talked to. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
You should keep on.
Well, that's good. I'm not on dating apps anymore. I actually decided that I'd rather meet somebody the old-fashioned way in person.
In the produce department.
Yeah, juggling lemons and watermelons and cantaloupe. No, I don't know.
Honeydew is the best.
I can juggle honeydew. Actually, that's the number one place that you're supposed to meet people in is in a grocery store. So it has not been successful as well for me there, but I'm still trying.
You could go like this, and you could 100%
for hours at a time.
Right, you're not supposed to be massaging cantaloupes for more than 20 minutes.
Away from the avocados, please.
I found the best way to meet guys is going out with my single friends, just one or two, and just us having fun and laughing, and the guys just flock to us,
right.
Buy us drinks, come over.
So tell me about having more than one or two, because we obviously know this because we have a lot of girlfriends that are all beautiful. Friends that we're going out.
What you mean?
James over here is circulating things. Yeah. But so what do you think the advantage is just having one or two of the girls? Obviously, it's get better pickings.
And more intimate, and usually the fun is easier to be had with one person you get along with, let alone 5 or 6, and you're at a table having dinner and the one you want to talk to is way over there and you can only talk to the person next to you. It just doesn't work that good.
Right. Okay, so how many dates, how many times talking to them before you actually meet them in person?
So that's a great question. So I have had women that sit there and go, I'm not going to give you my number to you until we've text. And I sit there and go, okay, we've been texting for 2 weeks now. I'm done. Let's get this over with. Let's talk in person. That's usually somebody that doesn't want to talk live, right?
Right.
So I guess my point is I would rather, once you connect online, I want to start talking to you.
Yeah.
Let's get a voice together.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like that right away. And when I was on a dating app before a couple of years ago, I would be right away. I'm like, well, here's my number. Or call me and let's talk, or let's FaceTime, or let's meet in person. Because I don't want a pen pal. I'm not. Yeah. I have enough people to text and business to do all day long. I'm like, I want to meet someone and see if there's a vibe. So why would that be from a female I'm asking from asking a male's point of view?
Agree.
Is that too much? For me to be hey, let's
but
go.
Here's what I normally do. When we first match on that dating site, we're communicating already. And I usually say, I'd rather be the gentleman and call you if you don't mind me sending your number. If not, here's my number.
Right.
And 9 out of 10 times, except for the girl that wants to keep texting, they'll say, here's my number. Let's talk.
Right.
And that's when you start the conversation. And that's when when you first hear that voice or you talk to them, whether or not it's going to work anyway.
Okay. There's another deal breaker. If somebody's voice is weird or creepy, or a guy sounds like a girl, or I don't know, is that a deal breaker for you? Would that change things for you?
No, because I don't love my voice, so I don't really hold it against someone. But an accent would be a plus. So
heck
things
yeah.
are pluses.
Yeah, like an Australian guy in there or something.
British.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the Kiwi accents.
What about a girl with like, "Yee," like super squealy, loud voice?
Here's the funny part of that. So I met a girl last year, about a year and a half ago in Nashville. Very, very pretty girl, and she had she had just lost her husband from COVID.
Oh, geez.
2 years before,
Mm-hmm.
and he was British. And the number one thing she said to me, she said, he told me that I fell in love with you at first sight. She goes, well, I fell in love with you at first here. And so the British accent she fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what you're saying.
It's sexy for sure.
It is sexy. And which kind of hurts my feelings because I'd like to have a British accent at this point.
You got a pretty sexy voice. Yeah.
You can learn it.
You go to like, you know.
I go over there for a couple of years and learn.
It could be your bedroom voice.
Right.
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That would be
Just
good.
practice like Chat
Playfulness.
GPT or Siri or something. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I had it on my GPS and I was like, oh, damn, this guy's hot. I'm like, this is your GPS guy. He's not real. Like, Traci, get over it.
I did have one though. Going back to, again, because I go to Nashville so much, I literally carry over the dating sites over there. And I
Carry over.
Carry
on now.
Traveling.
Thank you. That's
I
sexy.
tried. Not bad, right?
That was not bad at all. Can you do that? Oh God, in British accent?
She'll work on it.
There you go. Exactly. Whatever she said.
I'll coach her through that
Can
one.
we practice?
Thank you. She's going to teach me the splits in public, and I'm going to. Just kidding.
No, you're not.
Please teach me.
I had an opportunity to chat over a couple of weeks with this girl. It was really, really pretty in her pictures, and I mean, literally.
In her pictures, key phrase here.
Well, the reason I say that is because the night of our date, and I can still remember this, I was sitting in the one hotel, and I'm sitting there going, all right, we've got reservations at 6:00. And she texts back and she goes, well, I've got to be honest with you. She sends me a voice message with her voice. She is actually not a woman. But I swear to God, if you took a look at her picture, and I'll show you later.
Oh,
Did
we just go into like
her? Because I saw that picture of that.
Oh, yeah.
guy. That was the girl. I thought she was from LA.
Didn't R? We'll just name
Other
him
friend?
R. The other friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
That was-
no.
that was
She's
in LA.
This is another one.
Yeah, no.
So is
And
it safe to
I'll
say
tell you.
transvestite?
Yes.
Is this what's
Correct.
happening here?
But that one that you're
Okay.
talking about right now, I
saw that
never-
too.
Yeah, she's famous.
I sat next to her, talked to her. Brian sat next to her and talked to her for an hour. And I told him the next day after I found out, he goes, there's no way in the world. No way in the world.
That's right. I remember you
Modern
guys talking
medicine.
about. Okay,
She
so
was gorgeous.
okay, I have so many questions now. Now we're going down a spiraling in a good way. So
Would
tell
I
me what
matter?
happened. So was she calling to say I'm a transvestite and like you should probably
So she
know
said,
before
I
we
wanna be
met?
honest with you, before we meet, and this is an hour before our dinner. And I said, I'm intrigued at this point, literally intrigued. to
Okay,
see-
what does intrigued mean? Like were you still feeling like sexual about this? Were you feeling like I want to meet her after she said
Well,
that
okay,
she
so-
said this? What happened? What happened? I'm like,
So
because I don't know what I would do.
here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if she really looked in person like she did in her pictures, because the pictures were absolutely gorgeous. And sexually wise, would I have done it? Oh my God, it would have taken 2 bottles of tequila for me to try to go into that. So to answer your question, no, I wouldn't have. But I wanted to see.
Wanted to see what?
Well, I wanted to see the face first, and then we would figure out.
Then
what
you're
it
like,
was.
show and tell,
And then
do
I'd say,
show.
Hey, let's take a look at that and see what it really looks like.
Wow. So that it just kind of fizzled out. You said
She
we're
told me
calling
she
off
wouldn't
dinner.
meet me.
Okay.
After talking to me on the phone.
So if she didn't say that, you would have met her, right?
Yes. And she said,
Okay.
the thing that she said to me, she goes, seems like your attitude just changed. And I go,
Oh,
there's no attitude change. It
right.
was just like, all of a sudden, she's making that as an excuse.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. You just told me that you are not a woman. You were a man, and you told me an hour before. Maybe I was really feeling this. I'm
shocked.
speaking for James right now, and a little shocked. And so you can't really like throw me under the bus for that, because obviously you had a lot of things going on in your heads and thinking like, this is really confusing. And, you know, maybe you had some good conversations with her.
I still wanted to meet up.
2 weeks. Okay.
I really wanted to meet up. It was curiosity more than anything.
Okay. If you were in that situation and you had met a man that was a woman, I don't know.
I mean, I have one little example.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hear it.
I was at a high school friend's birthday party, and there was someone there that was from high school, and we exchanged numbers, and we ended up going on a date. And during the date, I'm sitting there at the end, like getting out my lip gloss, because I was going to put my lip gloss on. And I was like, and then he said, oh yeah, like, my boyfriend, and I didn't know, because he was from high school. I didn't know he was gay, but yeah, he was out on a date with me. So later I figured out, because our friends shared, he's bi, but my knee-jerk reaction was like, would you like some lipstick gloss? I literally said that out of my mouth. And
did he take it?
He just, that's a good question. He actually didn't even like budge. Like, I don't know. He was like the president of our high school. So he's very like charismatic, but he didn't even budge. So he probably knew it was kind of like a nervous
offer
or overreaction to what I had heard. But
did he ever date women?
I don't know. We were on a date, but I went home after dinner.
Wow, that's interesting.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, bye and bye.
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 Toodles. Toodles, schnoodles.
Okay, so like sending pictures, people asking you to send pictures, like
dick pics.
Yeah, dick pics, booby pics,
They
like
never
whatever.
asked. I just sent them.
You just send them. So how do people react? Well, obviously it's nice, because you wouldn't send it if it didn't look good, right?
It's like crooked and everything. It's different colors.
You got hit by a friggin' goalie stick or something.
And sometimes you can't even find it. So
right, that was my Canadian joke. If you guys picked up on
I
it,
get the hockey stick. Yeah. I never ever send out a dick pic ever.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
I know. I was like, why didn't we get one yet?
Just
kidding.
Until the person I'm talking to and I are exchanging those type of vibes. Then I will.
Okay. So I have a situation, and
sometimes it's black and sometimes it's brown. It doesn't matter.
Right. You get Brian, put Brian's in there. Hey, why not? I would too, right?
Yeah, you never know if it's actually theirs.
Exactly. That's why my friends were laughing. Okay, so what if somebody, Nicole, I'm going to ask you this. So you start talking to a guy and they're like, oh, send me, like pictures of you, like naked and stuff.
So I had a boyfriend I was dating for 4 years, and he was 17 years younger than me. And I just felt like all the rules were off the table. So I was just like, whatever he wants is fine with me. And he was baseball scout, so he was all over the place, like traveling. So I was all into the photos. I was in London, sprawled on the couch, just like
how'd that go? It was like a ninja.
Wait.
Was that like a ninja kitty picture?
Can I have my camera, please?
No, I mean, I was so motivated, and I think
I still
have some of those photos saved in like my
okay, but this was
file.
like after you'd been with him for a while. Plus, you got to keep up with the Joneses if you're dating a 17-year younger guy. You're gonna
him, like, God knows how many photos. But now I'm just like, I'm good.
So if a guy requests you to send a nude shot to him right now before you met him, would you send it?
Hell
Nicole,
no.
do you have my phone number?
This is my nude arm. That's all you get.
Right.
No, so it's just like,
okay, so that's a no.
Not anymore. I got that all out of my system. It's like you do things and you go around the block. It's like, you're not going to go around the block 25 times, maybe 17 times,
25,
16 times.
Okay. So other than obviously the obvious reasons of dating a younger woman, what are also the other benefits of dating a younger woman in your opinion?
Wow.
Don't lie, because I'll friggin' kick your ass.
Well, no, I'm not going to lie.
Don't tell us what we want to hear. Tell us them what this is real, because I want to know. Like, obviously, women that are younger than women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and maybe like 20s or early 30s, are going to look different body wise. I mean, I feel like Nicole and I kick some butt in the body category, but what are the other reasons?
In your 20s.
Exactly. Well, mid 30s. So why would you what are the beliefs behind that?
I have never once gone out to meet a younger girl. I have dated a lot of younger girls. I was in 2 relationships. One was 30 years difference. That's the one in Nashville that I just met again the other day, a couple of weeks ago.
Just met.
But it wasn't that I was going out to meet a younger girl. It just happened to be that we kind of fell in love at that time.
Right. So you do think it's possible to fall in love with somebody
younger,
15 years younger, 20 years younger, 25, 30 years younger?
I do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of challenges that go along with that.
Tell us those challenges.
Well, number one, you walk into a restaurant, they're going, "Hey, how's your dad
doing? Are you my daddy?" Just kidding. Is that your grandpa? Does grandpa want a steak tonight? Kidding.
When reality sets in,
right?
Let's say you're 60 years old and you're with a 30-year-old woman. At 70, you're at 40, and 80, you're at 50, and 90, you're at 60.
Well,
that doesn't really work at that point, right?
Right.
I think that the fact of that younger, just dating somebody because they're younger is never going to work.
Right.
Especially if there's that big of age gap.
But you can honestly admit and say that a lot of guys do that because it makes them look good to other men, and they want that, like, "Hey buddy, good job," or whatever, because a guy walks in. I mean, the joke, it's different because when a woman sees a guy that's maybe not attractive, we're not talking about you, we're talking about other guys that's not very attractive, that is older and with a younger girl, the joke is, well, I wonder how much money he has. Exactly. I wonder what kind of boat he has. I wonder what kind of, but I do believe that you can find love even though there is an age gap like that. So you believe in that?
I do.
Nicole, do you agree with that as well?
I don't think age is a factor at all. I think it's the connection, and if there's something that you guys have in common, that's common ground, then anything could happen.
Right.
Just do that.
I think she might common ground. I'm not going to replay it, but we can rewind the tape. I'm pretty sure that's what she did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do believe I did have a great relationship. One of my best relationships back in Vancouver, Canada, where I used to live. And he was 16 years younger than me. And it was one of my best relationships. And I did have my son and my son's father do an intervention at an ice cream shop one day, which my son and I laughed about 2 days ago on the phone. And I was like, "Do you remember that?" He's like, "Of course I do, Mom." But I mean, looking back at it, I was in love with him, and I really had such a great time with them. I believe that I met my now ex-husband, and I thought that was going to be a better choice. Clearly it wasn't. And
wait a minute. So you were in love with the guy that was younger?
Yeah. So there were a few things. So I'm not sure if it was the age gap, but it was just, I found him a little bit boring, and I was like more adventurous in life and just had a little bit more of that, like, let's go. What do we want to do? What are we going to be when we grow up? Let's go, let's plan, let's create. And I'm a creator, I'm an entrepreneur, and he didn't have that in him. And I think that because he was lacking that, I lost a little bit of respect for him. And all other
point. You can lose respect when somebody doesn't have that motivation and same
drive,
attitude,
right? The drive was missing. And so I thought, if he's like this now while he's younger, like what's he going to be like in 10, 20 years? So for me, I thought the stability, the structure of a relationship foundation wasn't really strong in that area. And so I lost respect. And then once I lose respect, then things crumble. So that's what happened.
Don't you see that a lot of women are going towards the younger guys now? You remember it used to be all men were... 10 years ago, the only people that were really dating younger were men to younger women.
Right.
Now it's kind of
itself.
reversing.
Yeah.
There's just so many good role models on how to care for yourself. And obviously you're in the wellness community. So
yeah.
Are you?
I am. Yeah. Everybody's got to come and check out Serenity Wellness and Healing. I am super excited. Yeah. So being in that, but yeah, please keep sharing, because I think this is a really important subject, and people put, shed light on it and they talk about it, but people also look down on it and frown on dating. I think an older woman dating or a mature woman, or whatever age you are, dating a younger man. I mean, I'll go first. I'm going to share why I would want to date a younger man. Obviously, number one, their physiques are probably, they're more fit, and then they have that energy and they have that fun in them, where maybe if you're an older guy, you're not as much fun. Stamina. I know, as James is like snoring over there. Stamina. And then hopefully they still want to create and they want to explore and do things in life. Maybe they haven't traveled the world yet. Create not anything. Kids. Create, not babies. Okay. I'm done with that. So hopefully you're not wanting to create babies, but go have fun, explore, travel and do all that. But you can find that in a man that's also your age as well too. So I don't know. I think they're just fun and they look good, and I don't know. That's kind of superficial.
What's the youngest you would go?
Well, as my son and I discussed this 2 days ago again on the phone, thank you, Cody. I will not date any. What's it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I will not date anyone younger than my son. So, I have standards.
I screwed that one up on my end. How about you? What's the youngest you would do?
Let's see. Well, I'm 29, so probably.
Yeah, I'm 31.
A couple years younger. Just kidding. No, I think I love when it has a 4 in front of it. That's what all my girlfriends and I say. We're like, a 4 is fine. You
wouldn't go under 4?
I don't prefer.
We're talking like under 40.
I don't prefer.
In case anyone's not tracking
under
here.
40.
I don't prefer that. No.
What would you set limit it as for a guy?
For what age?
Yeah.
So I have a range. So if I was to do a dating app, which I'm probably not going to because I'm sort of over them, mine would be, I don't know, there's a magical number of 33, which is also older than my son, which is like the very youngest. And then I'm probably going to go to if I'm going to stretch the number out, I would go to 65. Mm-hmm. And you got to be like a young 65, fun 65. Like, we're getting up on the weekends, we're hiking, we're having fun, we're going to the gym. You look good, you're energetic, you're not like falling asleep, sitting up at a restaurant. I actually really, clearly, because all my exes have been broke, it doesn't matter to me. Just kidding. Not. You know what? Honestly, to be very honest with you, I would love somebody to be able to take care of themselves, that owns their own home, has their life together. They own a business and they are able to provide, but they're not expected to provide. I can take care of myself, which is a great thing. I add a lot of value to a relationship. So I would want somebody who's not struggling.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I don't need somebody that has a bunch of money, and I think a lot of the arrogance can come out of that as well, with the cockiness and it can't too. I mean, there's some men out there that I'm sure have a lot of money that aren't, completely cocky and rude and all these other things.
Point one out.
I've never met one, but I'm sure they're out there.
Going back to this dating younger women,
mm-hmm.
And you were saying you don't want to date somebody younger than your son. The girl I was dating in Nashville was younger than my daughter.
Okay.
And I was older than her dad.
Wow.
Was that a problem for your kids, and was that a problem for her family?
So my daughter was very, very, she didn't want to meet the
girl.
person for
Almost used a name.
yeah, for almost 2 years until we got really solidified. And then she met her, and my 2 grandkids were the same age as the girls' kids.
Interesting.
And when I met her dad, which if I were on the other side of the fence, I would have beat the shit out of the guy. But I met her dad, and he was a good old Southern boy that we just became good friends. And
I like that.
We're just really good friends.
And that is a completely natural, flowing relationship. And I think that's beautiful. And that's why people can't judge younger and older or whatever. Because if there's love there and there's a connection there and you have this like deep, that connection, then why not? Absolutely. And so many people are so quick to judge. And it's like, I think the theory, like, worry about what you're doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing, because it has nothing to do with you. Point. And so what are some of the qualities that you are looking for in a person right now? So if you were to do, I've written out my pros and cons list, and I've written out like a definite must.
That list.
It's freaking long. It's a definite must, and it's a definite no. But everyone kept telling me it's 4 pages.
That is long.
4.5.
I don't have a list.
Of what, 2 font?
Right. It's like a 48-inch half font. So
does it grow to 7 or 8?
Hopefully.
Yes.
It's a grower and a shower.
It's hidden in the shower. Speaking of that.
So the thing is
that a deal breaker?
A lot of people tell me, write out what you're looking for, like the deal breakers, the pros and the cons, and really like imagine this man and this person that you want to be with. So I started writing it out, and it's interesting. I've met
like a Pinterest thing.
Pinterest board. My vision board has a guy with abs on it. But then you really start to look at the qualities that you're looking for. And, and I wrote down everything, because before I got married and I met my ex-husband, and now divorced, thankfully. And I wasn't specific. I kept asking I was like, God, just give me patience. And then I met my ex-husband after I prayed for patience for many years. And I thought, okay.
The person running the podcast
right
behind the camera.
No.
I'm like, you met him?
No.
Okay.
And so then here I'm thinking, no, I'm talking about my ex-husband. I've only had one. So just for everyone that's curious. And then I thought, okay, I need to be more specific. So I wrote this list. I've yet to find him, and I'm not find him, but I'm waiting for him to come to me. But I have, some things written on there that are just things like a kind man, somebody who's charming, somebody who takes care of themselves, somebody that has self-love, somebody who is vibrant, somebody who is energetic, somebody who is stable and secure, tall. There's a lot on there, but then there's also some things like, why not? Why not write out that? Do you believe that something like that would work for you as a man? Writing out a list? Yeah.
My list changes all the time. I have so many notebooks.
Okay. So do you think that men change their lists more than women do then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Why?
I think as we evolve in finding out different things about people, we add or subtract to that list.
Oh, interesting.
It's gosh, I got to tell you, I look at one person and say, wow, this is really, really great. But if she had those kind of characteristics, and just kind of combine them, it evolves all the time.
Or those boobs. You're like, I like hers better than those.
You can always fix those boobs, but it's more the characteristics than anything else.
Okay, so what do you know when the time happens or what happens for a man where you're like, hey, I might be interested in this woman. Then you're like, then you put her in a friend zone. What
Oh,
what is
without a
that
doubt.
stage? Like, is there something that happens, or is it a physical, or is it a mental?
No,
Is it
I
a
think
sexual?
I
Is
think
it
it's
all
just
the
like
above?
when you first date somebody, you know right away whether or not you're going to be with them either in bed or long term.
Right.
I think there's times when every date I've gone on over the last 5 years has been in that friend zone,
Right.
except for 2.
Why do you think that?
I just because there were certain things. You get to a certain age where you're not going to settle.
Right.
I think Chris Rock said it the best. He said when somebody said, you're going to be old and single and lonely, and he says, I'd rather be single and lonely than married and miserable.
Right.
And I
100%.
I'd much rather be single than settle down with somebody, shouldn't say something, but somebody that you just don't want to be with the next day.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do you feel about writing down a list of that maybe perfect man or perfect partner for you? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't, because
Okay. Is it changing for you all the time too?
No, I think that I used to have things on my list that were dumb. So now,
Like what? Like
That's
what?
a good point. I love that
Okay,
word,
interesting. Yeah, just dumb.
like I was shallow, and I was like, I want him to have a nice car.
When you started with
There you
that, you scared me for a minute. I didn't know what you were going to say after.
Yeah.
I just
A
heard.
nice car. But I don't know. I guess I was just raised like among people that were middle class or
Where'd you grow
whatever. Huntington Beach.
Okay.
So I just feel like maybe when you're young, you're kind of stupid and kind of
What about now? What about, as 29 years old?
yeah. So at 29, I feel this is where I'm
Disclaimer
at.
here for everyone.
I'm going out, I'm meeting people. I'm mostly focusing on work. And then as I go about my business and life and having fun, laughing, going out,
Right.
I'm probably going to meet people and, my little Instagram DM thing.
I know. I didn't know you were sliding into all the DMs over here. No wonder she's doing better than I am.
Friend you on IG.
That and all that.
I'm going to have to slide in there too. I'm going to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a school on the side? Yeah. Clearly I need help with this.
Yes. I'm just going to be the no girl because I have a 14-year-old daughter and she's going through all these things. And I'm like, I want to really role model to her. Like, it's about loving yourself. It's about your energy. It's about working on your, whatever it is you're working on. And then they will come and you tell them no. And if they keep coming back, you keep telling them no and no. But you're still yourself and you're still having fun and you're still doing cool things. But you can't be like, yes and yes and yes and yes. Like, no, that's just not going to work.
We call that, going back to your Canadian, we call it the hockey goalie.
Yes.
No.
Hard no. But the good ones will stick around for 100%.
Right.
They're not going anywhere.
Okay, James, say let's hypothetically say I met you on a dating app. Well, or we can just we meet on a dating app and then all of a sudden, we do exchange numbers right away and we go on like 5 dates and still no sex. What's going to happen?
What's the reason why? No sex.
Maybe I just want to wait. Maybe
You want to wait?
Yeah, not mate, but wait.
Is there kissing?
Yeah, I mean, I can
nice
say
kiss can be
maybe
good.
we have a good connection, nice kiss, we hold hands.
Let's go
we're
even
feeling.
more. Is there anything else sexual?
I mean, there could be, but is it a deal breaker if I haven't slept with you and we've had 5 dates and there's good energy?
Right now. It just happened to me. I literally was on a date with a girl that we went out 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
And she said to me, and she literally, she had a daughter that went into labor. So we went to her house to take care of the dogs. Slept in the same bed.
Okay.
Got in bed naked. No sex. Absolutely no sex. And she said, I've got no date rule, but we're not going to have sex for at least 6 months. I go, who who determines this? You or me, or is it not a mutual thing?
Yeah.
And I just have
That's
to go,
kinda gross.
this is weird.
That
I
is a
wouldn't
bit.
want to lay in a bed with someone. I was like,
Well,
who is this person? Ugh.
I don't.
Right.
Be
The
weird.
thing I don't like about that is first her daughter's in labor and about to have a baby, and everyone's like trying to bang, and you got the dogs and all that.
Yeah,
That kind of
That's
threw
a
me
real
off.
good combo
That's the
right
first thing that threw me off because I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so the second thing is she's putting this restriction, like it's like putting down the vault for 6 months,
Right.
and it just shuts things down, and I think it shuts down the chemistry.
It shut it down right away.
Yeah, because I mean, then you're thinking about 6 months, you're thinking about this, and it's like,
Can I
you
hold
can't
on
be in
for
the
6 months?
Yeah, you're not in the
So
moment.
Keep in mind too, for those that are out there listening that do that kind of rule, a guy that wants to get laid probably has 5 of those girls on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just rotating them until he does
Right.
get laid.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was my next point. Okay, so how many women would you? I mean, I'm not trying to make you look bad or look good. It depends on how people look at it. But
For the guys
how many
that look
people?
good, but for the women who look bad.
Okay, so the reason why I would say I'm not on a dating app anymore is that I know that there's too many options. There's too many choices. So if I don't sleep with you, somebody else will. Okay, so how many women would you say you would probably have at one time? Or how many guys in the DMs would you have at one time? Because I'm like, I just want to be like the one person. And I know that's not like possible for some people, but how many women, how many men at one time?
I'll let Nicole go first.
Oh, don't change your answer. Jeez, James, I'm going to
not gonna
backhand you.
change it.
I don't think there's a number that you can say is bad because at this point, I'm just keeping these people as people I care to know what they're doing. And it's like we're kind of doing life together in this different domain called the internet, I guess.
Right.
But if I were to be dating someone, I wouldn't sleep with more than one person at one time. And I'd put that as a rule. Like,
Right.
But like,
I think it's
if
more
they
the
want-
options, like having how many people would you talk to at one time to find maybe that one guy?
as many as you feel like. I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I would go, I'm social, so I would go in somewhere and talk to anybody, anywhere. It doesn't mean
Right.
much. It just means you're talking.
Going
Okay,
back to
what
your
do you
point
think?
on, Nicole, on the exhausting part of it, that's where it becomes exhausting.
Right.
When you've got 10 people. And to answer your question, for me, I would say average five at a time that we're talking, that we're communicating. Because
Right.
you know out of that 5, you may get 1.
Right.
And
So what happens if you narrow it down to 2 and you really like both of them? One's going to put out and one's not.
go with the one that puts out.
That's my whole
Fair
point.
enough.
So exactly. And that's honest. And it doesn't mean like what you said when it's not bad. But for me, in my mind, it goes back to the ethics and the morals. And this is totally just me. But the thing is I think, oh my gosh, if he's talking to me and I'm not sleeping with him and I'm not going to have sex with him right away, I'm not giving you a 6-month rule. I'm like, I'm going to be with you when I feel like the time is right. It may be tonight. It may be in 6 days.
Right.
I don't know. But for me, it's just like, if I know you have other options in the back, in the wings, then I lose the luster of it, because I'm thinking, if I say the wrong thing, or if I'm not available tonight, or I'm not sleeping with you tonight, you're going to go with A, B, C, D, E, F, G that are waiting in the wings.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So in the fact of waiting for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 date rule, whatever it is,
Right.
what's more intimate, having intercourse or having oral or just petting? And would you consider that as which part of it do you have to wait for?
I don't think it's about waiting for anything, but for the thing with me is like, I just want it to feel right. And so if it feels right, then it's going to happen. But if I'm feeling like, this guy's on his phone, and because I pay attention to everything, unfortunately I see everything. And so you're on your phone, you're kind of right. And, or I see you texting someone else, or you just seem preoccupied or something like that. And I thought the date went well until, he's thinking, hey, let's go back to my house and let's hang out. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just like hang out here for a little bit longer. And then he's on his phone like, okay, this might not work. He's got plan B in the background. And so now I'm out because now I'm shut down, and I'm like, because everything, I mean, I will be intimate with somebody, I'll do whatever, but it just has to feel like I am that number one and only. And so that may be a little too much for some people. And so I think I'm old fashioned. Oh my gosh, maybe I'm boring. I'd look at her. Look, oh my God, did you capture that? I'm like,
I mean, if you're old fashioned, it's because your life stages are changing. I know we're only 29, but it's like yesterday you were 28 and a half, and now you're 29. But I mean, your wants and needs do shift up.
Right.
Wanting to be like, I mean, I'm already picturing sitting in the rocking chair on the porch. But
I am not boring. Let me get that straight. So
that sounds fun. I think that sounds fun.
I want to. So what I'm looking for, rocking chair, maybe with him on your lap and facing you, and you're like, yeah.
Which position is that?
It would be like in Montana.
Oh, she can do the splits. That's why.
She can do a lot.
Land.
Rocking chair without arms.
I'm picturing like a single story ranch style house, and like Yellowstone style with some horses. I don't
Yellowstone style.
Really fun.
I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for love, and I would love marriage and have a successful, healthy marriage, and then be wild with my partner, where we're not talking about anything, but I don't have to worry that he's going out and he's calling, A, B, C, D, and E. I don't have to worry about anything, and we're free, and we're just like, we can do whatever we want, and that's what I want. So I guess that's where, the old fashioned is, so to speak, with like dating.
All kind of that same way.
Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, I don't know about you guys,
think we
but
all have that. We just haven't. It hasn't become apparent, but we will all have that because that's what we desire, and it's gonna happen.
So before we close the show, I just want to ask both of you, I'm gonna ask James first, what do you believe that you bring to the table in a relationship?
Oh my God, I'm
besides your whole 4.5 inches of hair.
Well, it does grow. Come on.
He has great hair, right?
It's a wig.
What? Oh, by the way, where's your man bun?
I was actually going to bring it today.
Do you know that in your birthday present, I gave you some hair ties?
Did you really?
Along with your dill pickle.
When I was in Nashville last time, I bought some.
Yeah, I know. I saw, and you sent me the picture. Anyway, there's some hair ties in your birthday present bag.
You have some in your hair right now.
I know. If you want one,
I could use one.
That's what we did at the pool.
Do
you want?
I ever put one in.
Well, he was going to make me do it, and we don't have much time. I'll do it later. Okay, tell me what you bring to the table in a relationship. For all you eligible ladies out there, Mr. James.
I'm 6'5.5".
Are you 6'5"?
No, 6'3".
Okay, 6'3" is good.
And,
we like that.
I've got 2 successful companies. I am enthusiastic. I'm fun.
He is fun.
I don't hold back.
Okay, I like that. Do you have one more thing you want to add in there?
It can't talk about the size, can I?
I was kidding about the 4.5 inches. I don't know, but 6'3", put it together. I don't know. All right. Very good. Welcome, Bachelor number 1. We have Bachelor number 2. And Nicole, what do you bring to the table for a relationship?
I mean, can you answer that for me and I'll answer yours?
Oh, that's fun. Okay, let's do it. So we're about to close the show, and I would say that the funny part is that Nicole can do the splits, and she can do the splits anywhere anywhere. We're just gonna leave it at that, and it's very impressive. Nicole is very kind-hearted. She has a beautiful heart. She has a fun personality. Nicole is a lot like me. I believe that she kind of like is reserved until she gets to know you. And then you get to see that really beautiful side of her that's like fun and free and energetic and playful and flirty and goofy. And I love that about you. I know that you're a great mother, and I know you love your children immensely, and you speak about them all the time, and that's very important to you. I know you're a phenomenal real estate agent. I know that you are honest. I know that you're very truthful in life, and I appreciate that. And, you have a lot to bring to the table in a relationship. I believe that you have not met the right man that can appreciate you as much as you deserve to be appreciated. And I think that when you do meet that right guy, he's got to go through me first, because otherwise I'm going to have to kick his ass if he's not good enough.
Yeah.
And you're funny. And she's very funny, very funny. But I wouldn't, because I'm a lover and not a fighter. So yeah, I think those are some of the qualities, but there's definitely more to talk about.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going to give kudos to you. So, so you're a fighter. Like, you tracked me down and found me, and you fought for me. And so you're extremely intelligent and loyal and generous, super forthright, and able for me to open up to, because I know that you're going to open up to me, and there's no bullshit.
Right.
So I definitely feel like people will see that and are going to not be intimidated by it, because it can be scary, because you're like, oh no, she's the bar up here, I have to be the bar up here, otherwise she's gonna know I'm faking. And so you have a high bar, and I really love that about you.
Thank you.
You do.
Yeah,
I do.
very high bar. You're extremely, like, I went on vacation with you, and you had luggage galore.
Wait, where did you guys go?
Well, it wasn't a vacation. Well, actually, it was a vacation. We went to Palm Springs.
Okay,
yeah, and that's all you need to know.
I mean, she
I
brought
want to hear more.
spices. She brought, like, this
I am
type of salt,
prepared.
That type of salt, this type
What
of
kind of
tequila,
toys
that
did
type
you
of
bring?
I
blow up
didn't need
rafts.
penguins.
Lots of hair ties.
I brought everything. I pack for days. Yeah.
Her 2 dogs.
Yeah, my 2 dogs. Yeah, because Angel
bring-
and Princess come everywhere with me.
Which I had a dog named Angel, and I had a dog named Princess.
That is so
And
funny.
We're both heritage is Canadian, so
Nice.
we have some Native American in us.
Yes.
But yeah, no,
Hence the
I
tan.
love everything that you're doing, and I'm here to support you in any way I can.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love it. So for any of you eligible bachelorettes out there that would love to meet James and Nicole and myself, of course, don't forget about me. I just want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank you first and foremost for the friendship. I've had such a blast getting to know you, James. I just, we just met, and it was like, I want this person in my life forever. And I honestly feel that way.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. And it was just like,
Maybe we should get married.
yeah, you know
Is
what?
there going to be a proposal?
I know. I'm like,
Do you have a ring in your
get down on my,
You
yes,
better.
on my
Carry
boots.
'em around?
and, I feel very honored, and I'm super grateful and happy that we're friends. And we talked about this. James is very successful, and I love what you're doing in business. I love how you mentor men that are around you, and I have so much respect for you. I see you with Brian. I see you with these other guys, and you're taking these people in, and they really look up to you. And, and I'm proud of you for that.
Appreciate
So
it. Thank you
yeah,
very
I
much.
want to
That's
see
very
that
kind of you.
as the observer. That's, what I notice. And I love that. And we have so much fun together. It's never a dull moment. That's for sure. And Nicole, I just, there's loyalty from you as well. And I know that our friendship is going to explore even more. And I thank you for that. We have so much fun together. I'm not telling you where our places that we meet up, but we meet up on a weekly basis to have some fun and have our girly conversations. And I love them.
It's my apartment. by the way.
And so much more to come. I'm excited, and I gave them my new TLC Unleashed candles by my friend Joanna.
Great.
So all essential oils and crystals. And so if you guys want your own candle personalized for your brand, your podcast, maybe your business, anything you're doing, your restaurant, my friend Joanna makes them, and they have crystals in them. You can put whatever you want in them. My friend Heather's podcast has and Defeating the Darkness has crosses in hers because it's all about Jesus. And so, yeah, we can get these made for you guys. So, yeah, you have one for you and one for you. So everyone gets one today. I'm so blessed. I just opened up my wellness and healing office, and it's called Serenity Wellness and Healing. I have been putting a lot of time and effort into it. That's why I haven't seen everyone as much. And I just want to say I'm grateful, and I'm just grateful to God for blessing me with this beautiful new business. And so I hope that you can come join me at my office so that I can help heal you and give you coaching, give you any kind of healing modalities that you need so that we can restore, replenish our hearts and our souls and our bodies and just get everybody back to, where we need to be. So absolutely. Today is a beautiful day. Go out and kick some butt in life, and just whatever you're doing, just keep believing in yourself and knowing that whatever you touch, whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you believe, you can do it. Because I know I've been down rock bottom so many times in my life, and I've picked myself back up. I know these guys have been through things too in life, and it's just all about perseverance and discipline and having that drive to succeed. So we'll see you every week here on Life Unleashed with TLC. Your host, Traci Lynn Cowan. Find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the major platforms. Let's do it. Let's go there now. See you soon. Bye.
She's a warrior, a survivor, and it's all because of God. She's a teacher and a healer, and it's all because of God. She's sassy, full of fire, with a heart that's made of gold. She will help you build your body, and it's so good for your soul.